Final match against Christian Bergstrom, easier than expected?
I think it went the way which I expected it to be. I knew I had to work hard to beat him because, if you give him a little bit, he hits a lot of balls back, and you really have to work hard for each point, and, won in 3 straight sets.
Where is your game right now at this moment going into semi-final day?
I feel pretty good. I've had some tough matches. I've had some easy matches, and I feel that I'm playing better and better for each day, and hopefully I'll peak for Friday and hopefully Sunday here.
You play now Ivan Lendl, who won in 4 sets today. What do you expect from him on Friday? You've played twice on grass now.
Yeah, that's true. He's beaten me once. I've beaten him once, and I think there'll be a very, very tough match. I think he's very, very determined to try to do well this year and hope to win it. And I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go out there and play my game, and then we'll see how it ends up.
No surprises for him?
We'll see if we can come up with something. I think I'm going to more or less play my game. I don't think he's going to come up with many different things. And he has, though, improved his volley a lot, I think, and he's playing better grass court tennis now than he's ever done before.
Thank you, Stefan.
All right, thanks, Jimmy.
Now back to Bob Costas.
Stand by. All right, Jimmy, when we come back, Jimmy's going to give us some pointers on how one might handle a player like Stefan Edberg if you found yourself staring across the net at him. And we'll do that. And don't worry, Chris Evert fans, she will be here, I promise, eventually.
Competitor, and he has another 4 or 5 years if he wants to continue putting in the kind of work that he has.
15 love.
Again, Edberg jumping out, getting a quick point off his serve. That's been the pattern to the chagrin of Tony Roach and wife Samantha. Lendl just has had trouble throughout the match getting many balls in the court.
It's going to be interesting to see, after all the work and preparation that he has put into winning this championships, if Edberg continues to play and win this match. Just how that will affect the rest of his year or his career.
Sweet. 6-1, 7-6, 6-3. Stefan Edberg impeccably is through to the finals.
Edberg wins 3 sets to love, 6-1, 7-6, 6-3.
And the long walk home for the Lendl camp. Tony Picard, Edberg's coach, a sensitive moment as he kisses Samantha Lendl, understanding that sadly the truth of sport is one always loses. And for Ivan Lendl, a heavy heart goes back in the locker room today. It was Stefan Edberg all the way. Serve and volley.
That's what he's done best all day. Getting that big kick serve in, catches Lendl unprepared for the return. Lendl once again trying to come over his backhand. The kick serve jammed him.
Well, it's one of those days, no matter how good you are, that when the other man plays at such a high level, it isn't meant to be. And Ivan Lendl showing obviously a sportsmanship nature, tough as it may have been. Stefan Edberg in the finals.
One woman 7 husbands, $42 million lost. Based on Barbara Hutton's true story. Farrah Fawcett in Poor Little Rich Girl, Monday on NBC.
The only way to travel is Cadillac style.
Alante by Cadillac, featuring a high-output V8, the only luxury car sold in America with advanced traction control standard, and a standard of quality so great, it's the only automobile in the world that dares to be covered by a 7-year, 100,000-mile assurance plan.
See the entire Cadillac collection at Plaza Motor Company, St. Louis's largest luxury car leader.
Bold, delicious, icy cold. It's the real thing, and there's never been anything like it until now. Introducing caffeine-free Coca-Cola Classic with the real cola taste you expect. It is the real thing, only caffeine-free. Coca-Cola Classic, and now caffeine-free Coca-Cola Classic. You can't beat the real thing.
Today, Channel 5 salutes the class of 1990 at Eskridge High School.
Wimbledon 1990 is brought to you by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the rock. And by Kellogg's, the best to you each morning.
Stefan Edberg ends Yvonne Lendel's Wimbledon dream for 1990, and he does it with surgical precision. 6-1 in the first set. Only the second set was close. He takes it 7-6, 7-2 in the tiebreaker, then finishes it off 6-3. So Yvonne Lendl, at age 30, is again left wanting and wondering whether a Wimbledon championship will ever be part of his resume. Hi again, everybody. I'm Bob Costas. Don't go anywhere because we have plenty more tennis remaining. In the next few moments, we'll hear from both Edberg and Lendl. We'll give you a glimpse of some women's doubles competition. Into the semifinals they go with the team of Novotna and Sokova taking on the American pair of Patty Fendick and the very busy Zina Garrison playing doubles today and for the singles championship tomorrow. We'll also show you highlights of the other men's semi. It's the number 2 seed and defending champion Boris Becker against the unseeded Goran Ivanisevic. The only unseeded player ever to win it all here was Becker himself as a 17-year-old in 1985. We'll also talk with Althea Gibson, who is the only woman, the only black woman to win at Wimbledon. She did it in 1957 and 58. Zina Garrison will try and join her tomorrow. Also just ahead, Chris Everett will have her preview of the Garrison-Navratilova final on the women's side. But before we can look ahead, we must look back. And for that, we bring Chris into the studio because yesterday's match between Graf and Garrison is worth reliving.
Well, we saw a very inspired Zina Garrison playing Steffi Graf, who is such a great champion herself. And I think that Zina showed us variety, some new shots. I mean, she kept Steffi off guard with slices, with chops, with lobs. She moved around the court so well. Her mobility was excellent. And, you know, I don't think players have played Steffi like this before, so I was really happy with Zina winning.
How about a personal glimpse of Zina Garrison? What sort of personality is she?
Zina's always been more of an emotional player. She keeps things inside of herself, but you could tell through her eyes, you know, what she's feeling. And she had a little bit of a temper, but I think since being married, and also she has a new coach, Sherwood Stewart, who's helped her a lot, she's really kept her calm. And right now, she's keeping her nerves under wraps, and she'll need to do that tomorrow.
Okay, Chris. Well, for 8 years, Zina Garrison has, in fact, taken a back seat to the top players in women's tennis. Now, though, the 26-year-old Houston native is on top of the tennis world. A recent coaching change, a new attitude, as Chris says, and now consecutive upsets over Monica Seles and Steffi Graf have made Zina Garrison perhaps the best story to come out of this year's Wimbledon. Chris now takes a look at a very memorable upset yesterday.
This would be the biggest victory in Zina Garrison's career, especially since it was fresh off her upset win over Monica Seles on Tuesday. Graf on the far side realized early it would be tougher than expected. The 21-year-old saw Garrison was sending everything back before Steffi would finally win the point. In fact, Graf, normally comfortable slugging
final.
back.
And we've heard so much about Yvonne Lendl not making it, we tend to overlook the guy who did make it. But suppose he had beaten you. How down would you be?
Well, it's hard to tell. Depends how the match would have gone. Probably be a little bit disappointed, but on the other hand, sometimes you take losses badly, sometimes you take them good. It really depends how you play and how you perform. As long as you do your best, you can't really do too much about it.
Ivan said he was a half step slow today. Did you notice that?
Yes, I felt he was under a lot of pressure today. I kept serving quite a lot of first serve, and I had really good length on my serve today, and I really put a lot of pressure on him, and I felt that I was returning quite a lot better than he did, and that made quite a difference.
That makes a guy half step slow, huh, when you play as you did?
Yes, I think so. I took the ball quite early today, and you know, I felt really good today. My concentration was really good, and you know, I fought for every point out there, and you know, if I had a chance, I'd try to take it.
Earlier, before the match, Tony Picard told us that you're a man in a mask, that what we see is not Stefan Edberg at all.
Oh, really?
Yes, those were his words. He said, well, you see this phlegmatic Swede who doesn't, you know, he wins, he loses, I had my chances and so on. But he says there's somebody else under there. Who is it?
Well, I'm not really going to tell you. There will always be a mystery, I think, and you know, I think I'm quite a simple person. You know, and I just go out there and do my job and try to win tennis matches, and that's really what I'm looking to go out there and win.
You're a resident of London, and the people of London seem to have been cheering for Lendl. He says for the wrong reasons, because they pity him. Do you feel, if you could be objective about it, a little sad that he didn't win today?
Well, in a way, he's really is a hard worker. He's one of the best tennis players there's ever been around. I think he gets as much out of his game as he can, and he's won all the Grand Slam tournament except Wimbledon, which I think will be very difficult for him to win. But there's, you know, he tried his best this year, and maybe he will do the same thing next year, and I still wish him good luck.
Would you do the same thing to win Wimbledon? Give up the French, give up everything, go practice for months on grass?
No, not really. I don't think that would suit me. I think the clay court season is important to me because it really makes me strong, makes me hit a lot of tennis balls, which is always good when you come on the grass to hit a lot of tennis balls before you come on it.
If you're to play Boris Becker, which would be a third straight year, would you prefer to play him to get back at him for last year?
Well, there's another day on Sunday, and I feel if I play well, I've got a good chance of winning that match, and it'll be interesting.
Well, he's out there battling with this kid Ivan Isavic right now, who just knocks everybody's socks off with his serve.
Yeah, he's got a great serve. He's a great talent, and we've just been waiting for him to come through, and he's done really well so far, and we'll see how far he can go.
I'm going to be talking to you Sunday after the match. Will it be up or down, Stefan?
I hope it will be up, and I will definitely try my best.
See you then.
All right.
Thank you. Bob?
All right, Bud, here's the deal now. Coming up after this commercial break, it's the American team of Zina Garrison and Patty Fendick in doubles play. It's the semifinals against Novotná and Sikova, and we'll do it joined by Bud and Chris right after this short break.
There's something new coming to you from Budweiser. Something completely new. It's completely different and completely refreshing. Introducing Bud Dry. It's cold filtered for smooth draft taste and dry brewed for no aftertaste. So if you're looking for smooth draft taste and no aftertaste, try Bud Dry.
This is the Royal Box at Wimbledon. Why royal? Because royalty has supported this championship since the turn of the century. It's part of the Wimbledon legend. To win at Wimbledon is worth $1 million. The prestige is priceless. Quality, the hallmark of Wimbledon and the trademark of distinguished clothing for men. Available at better stores throughout America.
Okay, we're back at Wimbledon. We have to make a small correction. The Zina Garrison doubles match with her partner Patty Fendick is one more segment away because we have a chance to talk right now via satellite from New Jersey with Althea Gibson, who won back-to-back women's Wimbledon singles titles in 1957 and 58. Bud Collins has joined us to partake in the interview, and why don't we take a look at some footage first in black and white.
I think it's exciting. I talked to Althea yesterday, and she's been besieged suddenly by reporters, of course, and she said, here she